Hey guys, today Emma and I are starting a new project. So a buddy of mine gave me this old sewing machine stand and we're going to clean it up and turn it into a table. It's heavy too, so I think it'll be pretty cool, but let me get it pressure washed first. All right, now it's clean somewhat. Well, I guess it's clean, but it ain't ready for paint yet. All right, so we got it cleaned up, all the moss and stuff growing on it, but I think what I'll do, we're gonna let it air dry. Then I'll probably put Emma to work on a wire wheel. You ever ran in a wire wheel on a grinder? Well, she gonna learn today. But I'm gonna let her wire wheel it. This thing actually has wheels in the bottom of it. It's made to roll just left and right like this. They obviously do not turn. They probably won't turn. And I think we're gonna weld this to hold it flat in place so it can be a shelf. And then we're gonna use that piece of white oak and we're gonna make a nice top for it after we paint it. I think we're gonna paint it black, right, Emma? Yeah, we'll paint this thing black. And if anybody knows anything about this one, because I don't see any markings on it. This is an old pulley. Everything's just froze up on it, rusted together. And it's got an old piece of wood right here. I don't know what that went to, but I don't know. My buddy was gonna throw it away. I figured we'd save it, make something out of it. And one of you people watching this video might end up buying this thing because we'll probably put it for sale when we're done. So we'll see you next time when Emma starts cleaning it up. Hey YouTube, we're back. Day 2 of working on this thing. I didn't want to bore y'all with welding this shelf down, or turn it into a shelf, I guess. It wasn't originally a shelf, it's like a foot pedal. But I just did 2 tack welds on each end of it, so that should be good to go. Now, just going to clean up this bottom part of it, really, the wheels. It'd be awesome if I get the wheels start spinning again, but I don't think they will. But I ain't going to bore y'all. We'll hit it off the wire wheel and fast forward you. Let's get some paint on this thing and get it going. All right, guys, that's it. It's painted. We'll let it dry tonight. Then I guess tomorrow I'll get out that piece of white oak. We'll try the wood planer since I got it back. I don't even know if it works. Grizzly told me it does, so we'll give it a shot. But hey guys, we're back working on the old sewing machine table base here. So getting ready to start planing this board down. Fingers crossed the planer works because I haven't tried it since I got it back from Grizzly. But what I'm gonna do, my base is 20, what was it, 20 1/4, I believe. I think that's what it was. It's 20 1/4 wide. I like to do a 2-inch overhang on each side. So I need 24 1/4 for my top. But I gotta do 2 of these, we gotta put them together. So we're gonna go 48 1/2. I'll probably just take it down to, probably ride to 50. That way I got enough to cut off at the end later. There we go. All right, as you can see, I broke a blade. It happens. But all right, now we're gonna plane this whole thing as one. And I am gonna have, unless I can cut this knot out when I rip it down, this knot here is probably just gonna be there. Same with this one. This board is very, it's cupped right now. So hopefully that don't cause too big of an issue, but we'll see. So let's see if the planer works and I'll run it through. Pocket screws. I know everybody likes doing daggone pocket screws, but we ain't doing pocket screws. We're just going to glue it and clamp it up just like a cutting board. So let's get going here. And the glue bottle's clogged up. There we go. We want a lot of squeeze out because that means we're getting a good glue up on this thing. And we will put some boards going across it just to help hold it in place. I do got this fancy glue roller I bought that I have not used yet, so let's see how this, oh my lord. So much better than using your finger to smear glue. Now supposedly this thing is silicone or something, so should be able to just let the glue dry on the roller and then just pull it off. But got a little too much right there, but that's all right. Yeah, way better than doing the whole using your finger method. I know that sounds gross. Get your head out of the gutter. So let's line these up best we can. Remember, we left a little bit, a 1/4 inch on them, that we can take off later on when we get to that point. But all right, so now we're just going to let this dry overnight. Tomorrow we will start sanding it, get it cut to the correct width. I don't even remember what the width is I need on this. Let me look real quick. All right, so our base is 13 inches wide. So if we go to the double that, it'd be 15, and right now we're at 18 and 3/8. So I don't think I can get. Oh, I could get rid of this whole knot down here I was worried about if I go 15, but that ain't gonna put my seam. But you might not even see my seam by the time we're done. So yeah, we'll let this dry tonight, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Hey guys, we're back after about a close to a 24-hour glue up on this thing. Look at that, the end of my clamp came off. Anywho, we're gonna get it out of clamps, start sanding on it, see how it looks. All right, so I know it looks like it's really off-sided right now. So this knot here, okay buddy. So this knot right here fell out when it was planing yesterday, and I didn't want to lose the whole knot, so I just glued it back in. So that I will cut down, you know, and it'll be flush and gone when we're done with this. But I guess the next step I want to do is going to be filling in all of these bigger knots, some cracks in it and stuff, which it's not a whole lot, but what we're going to use is some black CA glue. Bond. Got a little bit of accelerator left. I don't think I'm gonna worry about this great big one, just because the fact of we're going to be cutting that out. I guess the next step is going to be, let's go ahead and cut it to size. That way we got plenty, we know what we need to sand and whatnot. So to do that, I'm gonna bring the base over here to us, and we'll pull some measurements again. All right, where's my tape measure? All right, so for our length, I think we wanted 24 and a half. So what I'll do, shit, we're at 24 and a half right now. Was that right? How did I come up wrong on that? No, my bad. 24 and a quarter is what we want. Okay. So to do that, I mean, I'm only taking just a very little bit off of this, and I'm just taking enough off really to clean it up. So to use, or the tool I'm going to use to do this is going to be the track saw, because I just think that's going to be the easiest way. I can't make this cut on my miter saw. So, I mean, you could on a miter saw, I guess, but it wouldn't work very well. And you're about guaranteed not to get a nice clean cut on it. All right, now we got one more cut to make, and then the other end, we're going to run the joiner on it. So I guess I should probably do the joiner first, and then get my final length on it. So we're keeping this side. We're going to cut this side off. Oh, what happened with this knot? Why did it move? It's still a little bit loose, that's why. That'd be all right though. We can hammer it down in there and then glue it in place and be good. So I'm not going to bore y'all with joining it or making this other cut. I guess I might update y'all as we do some sanding on it, and that's about it, because nobody wants to watch a YouTube video of somebody sanding for an hour. All right, guys. So I just did my second sand on it, and before I go any further, I got to water pop it, which I'm gonna explain to you guys what that is, just in case. But I want to go ahead and do my roundover edges on it. I'm gonna go with pretty heavy roundover on this thing because that base has a whole bunch of circles on it, so I feel like a really rounded top would look nice. So let's see if we can get this down pretty far. Maybe not quite that far, but right there with it. And then we're going to water pop it, let it dry, do a final sand, put a finish on it. So here we go. All right, now the reason I go ahead and do that, the round over or any edge on something I'm working on, the end grain always tends to burn like that a little bit, and that's fine. You can sand it out, it's not a big deal. So I just wanted to show you guys that, because some people will get up to their final grade, like a 400 grit, and then they'll do all their edge work on it, and then you got burn marks. So I'm gonna get back to sanding. We'll be back to water pop this thing and then put a finish on it. All right, guys, I could see it personally. I can feel it, but I can't get the camera to see it. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it that this works. But now we're gonna go ahead and do our final sand. This is 320 grit. I guess I lied to y'all when I said 400. I don't have any 400. I don't think Home Depot had any. I think 320 was the best they had. So I'm gonna now do my final sand on this, and then we will work on, I think I'm gonna go ahead and drill my holes in the bottom of it to mount it to the base, and then we'll do our final coat. So see y'all in just a little bit. All right, guys, I'm back. So what I'm gonna use is a medicine cup, and then I'll dump it in this as I go. But I can do with this 15 milliliters and then 5 milliliters of the hardener. So see if I can dump this without making a mess. Get this dumped on. Kind of something I learned back in my epoxy days. Just set your cup upside down and let everything run out. So what I'm gonna do now is we'll clean up the garage a little bit, get some tools put up, and then we will mount the top to the base and see what this thing looks like. All right, this is it, finished product here. I think it turned out pretty cool looking. But I'm gonna put it in the house, decorate it, take some pictures of it, and it's going for sale. So if you're watching this and you like this table, I think shipping would be pretty expensive, but if you're in the Tennessee area, we can definitely work out a deal on this thing. So let us know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, like button, all that good stuff, and we'll see y'all next time.